Oh, hello everyone. Hi. I hope let me just check if I'm actually on live. Hi, beautiful people. This is Alashola Omio. I hope normally, I would record my video on Facebook, but the plan is to sort of alternate, i.e., have this week show this week and then on Facebook and the next on the Instagram and next on YouTube. Anyway, lovely to have you. Beautiful people here. This is Alashola Omio. Lovely having you, beautiful people here. Today, we'll be talking about very a topic that's very close to my heart. The one I actually could relate with, which is when we're talking about the kind of being that we are as human beings. Who are we? I mean, and also the confusion around it. And I would start from my. I've got a lot of intro here, but the topic is indigo children. They could also call them star child, or they could sometimes call them crystal children. And the reason why I'm doing this video is that if any of this resonate with you, I mean, you might want to do more research. But for me, it's more of if you have children that what I'm going to be talking about here, sort of you can sort of see your child or maybe family like that, so that there are ways you can actually help them, that they're not weird children, they're not, they're just special being, gifted children, and if you're adult, that I'm gonna, because I'm actually going to before I'm going to go to length on this topic, because like I said, it's something that's that's what I mean, I mean, that's literally my story, you see. So some topics that I will do, it could be from a spiritual just aspect. Some, it will have more connection with me as a person, and then on topic like that, you will see me, I would sort of give more in-depth uh, explanation, or we can sort of have like a sort of interaction, and you see me showing more interest. This is one of them, you see, because especially when I am originally from Nigeria, even though I'm now based here in UK, but I'm very proud of my African origin and everything. But the way that if I mean, an African parent could be living in America or anywhere, if they have the kind of children that I'm going to be talking about today, which I happen to be one of them. I'm very, very proud to be, as a matter of fact. Then in this video you might sort of grab some knowledge or ways in which you can care for your child more, and then actually help them to embrace who they are, because it could be scary for them as well. I'm going to talk about a little bit about when I was a bit younger myself, when my mother, blessed memory, if you are a child, let me just give the intro first, and then I'll come and talk about my own experience. How I managed to, how, I mean, because initially it was more of a, you're confused because you have all these gifts, you are, you don't know why, you're young, and then all your parents can tell you is, oh, my mom will say to me, oh, Shade to ba moro moto Jenny, that is, if you don't know the kind of person that you are, blah blah blah, but they're not actually giving you the full uh, picture of who you are meant to be. It's almost as if everybody else, they knew about you. It's the only person that doesn't know you is you. So that's why you see me in this video. Usually my videos, I don't want it lasting more than half an hour. I'm probably gonna go over that a little bit more in this video, because I want to I'm gonna try to give you the intro about these children, their purpose being here, and their lifestyle and signs that you will know without any doubt that if, and then after that you can also do more research yourself. We're living in a computer age now. You have, technology is just fantastic. We have books that you could, if that is, if it strike a chord with you. Anyway, let me just give you intro first. Indigo children or star children are referred to as crystal or star child, just like I said earlier on. An indigo child is a person who has come into this world destined to create change and spiritually awaken humanity. You see, even though they don't know that themselves, because I mean, that's my own experience. You don't just, for me to know who I am today, trust me, I went through a lot of stuff, spiritual awakening, blah, blah, blah. And that's why, part of the reason why I do these videos, because I wouldn't want someone else to go through all the dark, blind spot that I went through, trying to find me, trying to, if I can, help one or two people out there, then I'm fulfilled, to, then that means they wouldn't have to go through the difficulty of who am I, your parents, I mean, I was happy to be born into an African a royal family, which is, obviously in Africa, when your father or your granddad is a king, you have all the religion sector, such as either you're Muslim or Christian or traditionalist, they are all under the king, so therefore, you are, and most of our Kabiyesi descendant, that's my granddad, is they're all into Isheshe, which is a traditionalist. So when I showed my face and I started to see, which was a receive vision and stuff that children wouldn't do, normally wouldn't have knowledge, so they were able to obviously, I think they told them who I was, so they were able to how can I accommodate me. That's what I would say, because but still it's almost as if you are young, and when you are around I mean, obviously you have your cousins and blah blah blah, they're around at the same age as you, and somehow they don't talk to them the way they talk to me. They sort of talk to me like it's almost as if they are choosing their words, or I just felt sort of different, pampered, and they made me feel like that. So if I do something naughty, which any child would do, instead of them to, which I would see the way they would talk to my cousin, or they would shout on them, blah, blah. No, they won't say that to me. They will call me and say, "Oh, Shade Chas, by the, you should know you're not meant to be doing this. You should have known you should do it like that." So sometimes as a child, I tend to play up also, So anyway, lovely to have you guys here. Oh, I'm the one that texted you yesterday about the website. I'm happy to be here. Lovely to see you, wonderful people. I'm going to be launching the website on the 13th of March. So I will definitely come here, guys. I'm going to have a live broadcast on that day. So lovely having you guys here. Beautiful, beautiful people. Beatrice, lovely to see you here. Blessings. I love you guys. As I was saying, so I'm going to just try to, what I'm trying to do here is to, so that if you're a parent and if you have children like this, there's nothing wrong with it. They're just gifted. They're not witchcraft. They're not crazy. They're not, and I'm going to go through how you can manage. It's a gift. They're probably confused more than you are. Don't forget they're only children. And, that's how I feel, because all my friends, they don't see what I see. They don't know me. I just know like that. So obviously, you will feel different. And then the worst thing is to now have your parents or family having to treat you or not, you feel rejected because of it. That's only just going to make it worse. So what I said earlier on is that, that's why they are here. As spiritually gifted old souls, that's who they are. Indigo children find it hard to fit into mainstream society and often become misunderstood, misdiagnosed, are medicated. Indigo children also possess strong intuition and varying spiritual gifts. Just like I said earlier on, we're talking about ability to communicate with spirits, visions, paranormal, abilities such as telepathy. Imagine all of this happen to a very very young child, and maybe they are. If like I said, I was lucky, but if imagine such children born into some of these religious fanatic parents, maybe they believe that, oh, if a child can see that means that child, she's evil. There's actually some so I think it was in the Gambia. I don't want to. I always want to have my fact right. That if they are they kill such children because they said they are bad spirit, evil spirit. How are they meant to know all of this? You can imagine in this day and age, and that's still going on. So if I was born in that kind of a country, they probably would have killed me when I was young, so you can imagine, and there was nothing. The child is probably he or she is scared as it is of all the things they know. So to now be labeled and be it's just, you can imagine, for a little child. And if you're an adult as well, I just hope that if this resonates with you, to do more research. You're not weird. You're just as you're a special being. And then I thought I would come here today and talk about this. So as I was saying, the primary role of indigo, child seems to revolve around exposing truth and deception in our society. There I can relate with that because from very young age, like I said, I was born to a royal family, so which means when the traditionalists are it's stuff to do, like with the orishas. Obviously, I was there, and then then on the Sunday when Kabesi is going to church as well, obviously you are supposed to go with them as well. So for me, I from very young age, I won't say I was a rebel. I can say that also. Because I couldn't relate with everything they were saying in the church. For me, it was as if someone is already planned my life down for me, and it's almost like a sat nav of how I'm meant to live my life. So i.e., you have to be married, you don't have to do this. If you do this, you are going to go to hell. If you do that, you're going to go to everlasting fire. At the same time, and they said that God there is a loving God, but if I happen to make a mistake as a child, then He's going to send me to hell fire. How is that meant to match? How do you match that together? Even as young as I was, I'm thinking, okay, flipping hell. How come a loving father that loves me now, just because I messed up one time, and He's just gonna throw me into everlasting fire? For me, it doesn't add up. So from that age, when I go, I just say I'm not going. And then Kabir said, I said I don't, and so because of I think what they knew about me, so no one forced me to do anything. I was hell bent that I was not going to go anyway. Yeah, I could be quite stubborn as well. Anyway, so when you talk about that, it's about all this deception, all these lies. You know, you have around us today. People that you're meant to, especially when you call them. Anyone can be whatever they want to be. But for me, the way that I see life, sorry guys, I don't see why so I should have a middleman, with me and the universe, because no matter how, say you are my pastor or whatever, whoever you are, if I needed something now, I can't tell you all the things that I want to achieve. There's some stuff there's no way I can, whoever grabs it, because then you want me to tell you, so you can now go and tell God for me. Come on, you see. So, and then when you see, like I said, everything. Look at what's happening in Africa today. all those horror stories, and then you would come to realize that, look, that's why I believe that in my spirituality, you find your own truth yourself. You know, there's nothing like, it's like someone saying that somebody loves that person loves you. If you don't know, if they've not proven it to you, how are you going to believe the middle person that's telling you they love you? They need to show you that. You need to see it to believe it. You know, it's not good enough telling me that person loves me when they've not actually proven it to me. Or if I said I love you and I've not proven it to you, are you going to believe? If you believe me, I'm a fool. You see. Anyway, that's how I see life. So that's the kind of that's their role. Indigo child are obsessed with finding the truth. Every rule, belief, structure, and institution will be questioned and ruthlessly challenged by indigo child. There's no if you tell me something, if you sorry 1 minute guys, if you tell me something, oh, you start to be aggressive, I might keep quiet when I was young, but trust me, that doesn't mean I believe a word of what you're saying. If you become too aggressive, I'm probably just going to call the police. You see, because for me, I need to know. I need to see it. I need to find out, and that's the path that I am right now. You see, and that's why I'm really really fulfilled. But in this video, I'm not coming here to talk about myself. I want to talk about indigo children and star child or crystal child, as they call them. And if it resonate with you, or if you have children like that, how you can support them. They probably already fearful, they scare themselves, all these gifts. Imagine someone very young. So if as a parent you have them, then after this show you want to do more research. They're not weird, they're just gifted, souls, old souls they are. They don't mean no harm. They're here to judge, to do good. That's all. you know so as I was saying earlier on, that indigo child who are misdiagnosed, I'll tell you that, often with behavioral issue such as ADD, ADHD, and other mood disorders. Because of their headstrong and free-thinking nature, they are often feared, misunderstood, and medicated at young age. Like I said, I was born in Africa, so, and like I said, and I was born into a royal family. So I was lucky in this, that was never the problem. But when you talk about, them being bored all the time, because of that, some people may think that, oh, imagine in all this modern world now, instead of them to sit down with that child to understand the child, they find it so easy to, medication, to medicate the child, to try to, instead of looking for alternative way of caring for that child or that person. They want to find a quick fix, and then before you know it, they're, giving them all this medication, and before you know it, that's just going to make it worse. Because what then happen is, medicated such as Ritalin and Adderall or whatever it's called only numb the indigo child and cause them to lose contact with this intuitive capacity and truth-seeking nature. Because then by the time they start to give them all this medication to calm them down, because they think, oh, they got too much energy, then you're only just going to turn them to zombies. And then once that happen, they lose touch, all the abilities they had, the spiritual gift they had, from when the medication kicked in, all the other is cut off. You see. So you come to ask yourself, are they really helping? Or so, because society, that's where it is. So then from here, I'll go into where, so what sort of signs, or symptoms are we actually looking at here, for people, this kind of children or adults, if you are one of them, which I am proudly one of them. What are the traits or characteristics or signs that you will see, and then from that you want to do more research. and then just find a healthy way to boost to enhance your gifts, and make your life more fulfilled, because nothing wrong with you. It's about you knowing your path. And once you're able to get on that path, that's it. It's like a jigsaw. You're on your way. I feel that's how it was for me. You see, the sign they are usually very strong-willed individual. That is, they're a passionate person who will do anything it takes to accomplish your goal on or dreams. Whatever they want to do in this life, they would they would move mountain until they get it. If they are tired today, they'll probably have a sleep tomorrow. I can bet you on the third day they're going to get on their horse. They're not going to stop until they achieve that. Even if other people criticize or don't support them, they'll still keep going no matter what. So if you are kind of or you have a child that's strong will, some parent will feel, oh, it's too stubborn, or she's so stubborn. It's will. It's, because that's part of the quality they need to get to their destination. There can be people that, once a little setbacks or hurdles, and they're going to throw in the towel. No, no, no. So that's part of who they are. So the next one is, you are an old soul. You feel as though you've lived many lifetimes, and possess a wisdom that others your age don't have. As a child, you may have behaved like an old man or woman, and as an adult, you have a deeply spiritual and philosophical outlook on life. You see, like I said to you earlier in the beginning of this video, that very, very young, my grandmother, blessed memory, she would, in fact, until I was about around 12, if you ask me who's your best friend, I will tell you, my grandmother, her name, Christian name is Stella. I'll say, Stella she's my best friend. you know because of course I had friends in my elementary school, but none of them I could relate with. I just see them as school friends. It's only my grandma that talk like what I understand. She will sit with me. So if up to the age of I think 11 or 12. If you ask me, Shaz, who's your best friend? I'll say my grandma is my best friend. Her name is Stella. So that's just because she's I could relate with her. I won't say my mom is my best friend, even though my mom she's very loving, but my mom, she don't talk to me like I don't see. It's almost as if she's my daughter. Actually, she's it's crazy, but the second sign or symptoms or characteristic you are a headstrong non-conformist. As a child or teenager, you may have been thought of as naughty. That's what I said. Obnoxious. They might think that you are disobedient, and so on and so forth. And as an adult, you still cannot stand being boxed in or controlled by others. As a headstrong nonconformist, you prefer to find your own truth and forge your path rather than blindly following the crowd. That was what I said about, why when you talk about religion, I don't gel, I don't roll my life like that from very young age, because I just from very it doesn't just sit with me. It's almost as if it's a book. You have my life plan out for me. You want me to do what you wrote in the book. I don't, this is a novel. That's where I see those books. And you want me to structure my life around that. You want me to plan my life around that, as if I'm a robot. That's not going to work out. So for me, my parents, or they knew that my siblings, and don't get me wrong, I'll come to where they are very compassionate, very, very loving human beings. So, it's just that You cannot tell them do this. If they don't feel it, they're not going to do it. You can shout, you can say, you can do all. If they can't stand anymore, they might detach away from you. They may cut you out of their lives. You see, if it comes to that, Another thing is you are perceive, you're perceptive and intelligent. You can see and understand things about humanity and life that most other people don't perceive. Your keen perception allows you to discover the truth about human conditions and how to ultimately help. You see, and then that even helps even more because for me, my intuitive ability is so razor sharp like this. My vision is like boom, boom. So all of that allows me a normal daily things I'm doing in my life. If there's a way area of my life that I'm confused from very young age, all I just have to do is I close my eyes, then the other eye opens and I can see stuff. And from very young age, I at first I didn't know how to manage that because it's not every time you want to be seeing these things. It's so good when you need answers and okay, I just need to close my eyes, then I'm going to see it. If I don't see it, I'll see it tomorrow max. But there's sometimes that you don't want to see those things, you just want to sleep. You don't want to necessarily see any vision, and they're still popping out. You see, so when you're young and you have parents that don't know how to help you to manage that, then it's a problem. So that's that one about that. You are highly intuitive. That's what I said earlier on. Your keen perception also makes you highly intuitive. You can often intuit best course of actions, problem solving skills, as well as know things about others that are secret or hidden. I.e., sometimes I'm saying in front of somebody and you are lying. I may not know the details, but I know from when you open your mouth that you are lying. You know, and then sometimes very young, and my mom, bless her memory, she will say to me, "Oh, Shadi, don't say that. Don't, it's only when we are together, or daddy and me, or your cabbage, or your grandma is here. Other than that, if you see anything or you think anything, don't tell anybody." I said, "Okay, mommy, I won't tell anybody." you know so that was that. And then you are empathetic, and compassionate. That is, your high level of empathy and compassion means you often struggle with anxiety. Oh my God, that is when you're talking about want to make a planet a better place. For me, very young, when you're talking about somebody, you have empathy, you are compassionate as a person, or you are very loving and caring. You know, for me, it's always been. I don't see life without love. You see, without having compassion for one another. Or having empathy for another human being, or even it may be my pets, it might be any living consciousness. So but when you live in a society where they see uh those abilities to be weakness, you one minute, you want to, for me, you start to ask myself that, hold on, is it not a weakness? Because they say people that if you say you love people, they're going to use you. If you say you love somebody, that means you are weak. If you are compassionate about your other, human being, or you have empathy, you know, for someone else, they see it as weakness. So as I was growing up, started to act tough. Of course, I can be tough when I want to be. 1 minute. Well, majority of my being is to love. So when the world you live in, and that's all, it makes you think that that is a bad thing to be. to be a compassionate person, to be someone that have empathy for your, another human being, to have the ability to love. You see, I think I started to pretend as if I don't care. That was back in the days, very but so obviously I can be headstrong, and then once I know that, if anyone I said love to me, I said just shut up. I was only playing up. I didn't mean hi. Maria, lovely people. Sorry, guys. I was just so into what I was saying. Sorry, I wasn't reading comments. Lovely to have you. Lovely people here. Today we are talking about indigo children, and or you can call them star child or crystal child. Who they are. That they're not weirdos. I happen to belong to that group myself. And what people do not understand is they'll sort of make it out as if it's a bad thing. And also, if any of what I'm saying here should resonate with you, you want to do more research, there's nothing wrong with you. You're actually a very special being. There are ways we manage it. And I'm a living proof. There's nothing bad in it at all. So as I was saying, what I'm coming down is the signs, and characteristics of or traits of such or children or group of people. So if any of these, like I think I've gone up to 1, 2, 3, up to 6. So I think I've got like 2, 3 more to do. But even if 3 or 4 of these strike a chord with you, then do more research by all means. Obviously, I haven't got all the list here, but because I fell into this group of people, so I thought I'll come here today and spend a little bit more time than I normally would do, just to talk through it. And to, actually, I think for me is, if you're a parent and you have children around you that they are you have these traits, how you can support them. you know Before they started to think, maybe, the child has got some mood disorder, it's got ADD, ADHD. They started to medicate them, and which is just going to make it worse. Nothing. There are alternative ways. You care for them. They just old soul. They need to be in the natural habitat, like in nature. That's where they are. Usually, when if they sort of, if they live in the city, you can still look after them. But the best place for children like that is in the countryside. I happen to grow up in the countryside, before traveling, living, going to America, now based in UK. But even everywhere I live, it's all, you see my plants all around me, my crystal stones. I can't not live without them. So as I was saying, the next sign is you are a changed making leader. A leader in the, it doesn't have to do, it's not about being what's the prime minister name, or president of America. No. The leader in this sense, I'm talking about a spiritual leader. Since you were little, you always gravitated towards leadership. You might find it hard to work in teams or for other people, and function better when you are in charge or working for yourself. That is, say, people like that, they're usually very, most of the time self-employed. They have their own business. Today I have my own business, but trust me, I used to be a nurse. So I did a lot of I think from when I was younger, I wanted to be a photographer. I love taking pictures. you know Anything, to feed my artistic skill. My So for me, whatever I do have to be real. I have to have passion for it. Money is good, it pays bill, give you good life. For me, it's much more than that. I have to, I have to feel it in my soul that this is what, that's when I can, then I won't be bored. I will not be bored. Like what I'm doing now. I can sit with my herbs. I can sit with my collection of crystal stones. I can be there for 10 days in a row. If I might not even eat, I'm fine. You see, that's how. But so it's about, if you are someone like that, or and then you are now, unfortunately, have you're employed somewhere, and then your boss is telling you doing this, doing that, because of the kind of skill that you have spiritually. Some of the stuff they're gonna tell you, it may not even sit with you. So you're probably gonna come out as being difficult. Oh, you're not a team player. You are not this. You're not that. Blah blah blah. You see, my advice for you is to find your passion and quit that job before it kills you. Before it kills that universe given gift you've got, and find something that feed that soul. And then you feel fulfilled. And then when you are happy, and the money will come also. Peace will come, love will come. But you can't just ignore that yearning in your soul. You can't. It's well, for me, I couldn't. Anyway, as I was saying, so you couldn't work in you're working, you have to work working for yourself. You find it difficult to obey authority, particularly when that authority is corrupt, illogical, or outdated. You see, and then where that is, when you're looking at uh, these kings in Nigeria, I tend to refer back there, and then they always say, "Oh, Lashola, how come you're not sharing this? So person is doing that." I'm thinking, peace off. Why should I share what? You know, you are in a position to actually help young ones, you know, because and put all the stuff that's gone wrong, and you're sitting down there, you're throwing parties, you're doing rubbish, and you want me to share. Well, peace off. Sorry, guys. I apology. I don't. I'm not normally like that, but it's so annoying. So you're thinking, look at you. That for me, that's the kind of authority that I don't feel. Why should I support them? Because I know the lot of young people, they come in my inbox, Alashola, Alashola. I wish I have all the answers. And also, you want to offer better, wiser, and healthier ways to live life, making you destined to be a spiritual leader. That's what I said. I don't want to be. For me, I don't see me being anybody's leader, and I don't see anyone being my leader. I just see us growing up, learning more about the universe, being one, being honest and truthful to each other, and loving each other more, and having our life purpose fulfilled. For me, I think that would be it. I don't know about leadership there. And another thing is, you have a loner personality. As a free spirit, you don't like to be held down by anyone or anything. You find it difficult to be around too many people at once, and often prefer to spend time in your own company. As a lover of autonomy, you enjoy solitude and the insight it brings. You know, Here also is, you don't want to don't want to be held up by anyone. You see, that was my relationship. Like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with my videos that in my past relationship. Now I'm celibate. I am happy. I am Olokun's Yahoo. But in the past, in my younger days, I found relationship very difficult. You know, it's not because it's not having men to come up to me. That was the easiest part, and me loving them or them loving, that was easiest. That wasn't hard as well. For me, it's about, I get bored after some time. You know, I mean, I didn't want to go to another man. I just don't want to be. I just bored. Everything that we were doing before, kissing, dating, I just oof, you know. So, and then in the society that we live in, they tell you that's bad. That's not how a normal person should be. But that's how I feel. You see. So when my first relationship, and I had a son, I tried to do everything I can, and it didn't work out. So I waited a while. I went into my second relationship, and that one was, what we had, my mom, everybody, family are all involved. We went to Nigeria, we did traditional this, traditional that, thank you, darling. So we did everything. And so I thought, okay, well, this one I'm going to make sure that I stick it out no matter what. I'm going to make mommy to be proud. I'm going to make Happy see, and my dad, everybody. I'm going to, and now, my God, it got to a point. It was as if I was dying minute by minute. And I remember before my mom passed on, before I finished my second relation, that was it. I said, Mommy, Mom, if you want me to still be alive, I just have to, I have to get out of this. And she said to me, oh, Shaz, I know what she was saying. What's the problem? I said, look, because then I had a job. He had a job too. I just don't feel nothing in it every day. And every time I come home, it's always just, I'm a kind of a passionate person, very, very bubbly character that I am, So, but, when I'm not happy, you can see, when I'm parking the car, it's as if life is just going out of me, and the sex, I don't even want him to touch me. So, and I wasn't as if I had a boyfriend outside. I don't want any man. I just want to be on my own. So anyway, eventually that finishes as well. And from there I thought, look, this is it. And then after that, my mom got ill, and she passed. Passed on, which was a very painful time in my life. And that was when I kicked into my spiritual awakening. Long road, hard road, but eventually, light at the end of the tunnel. And I can sit down here today that, because of that, I've been a stronger person. So finding me, through those dark nights, it was. Anyway, he was that is where we're saying that you couldn't be held down by anyone, so, or anything, you see, because you have your destiny, your destiny, which what you are destined, that what you say you're coming here to do, that's your purpose. Until you get there, you're never going to stop, you see, because there's a purpose. That's what they call an indigo child, as a star child, a crystal child. That's why you said you're coming here. So if you're not there, you're not gonna stop. You see. So that is that one. You're highly creative human being. That's a fun bit. Your non-conforming brain loves to express itself through art and creativity, such as drawing. Some people love dancing. I love dancing a lot. And singing. I don't really have the voice, but my daughter has. But I still do the best in the house. I love singing, building, and then you can love painting, and then writing or crafting. Anything that's they're very, very creative being, and very innovative as well. You see. So I think that's I've got one. I don't know. You're drawn towards spirituality over religion. That was what I said earlier on at the beginning of this video. To you, the way that I see it, spirituality is falling in love with the message, and religion is loving the messenger. You see. So with spirituality, that's what I said about. I don't see any reason why I should have a middleman between me and the universe. You see. I believe which should be one-on-one relationship. Not it's A and B conversation, no, not A, B, C. You see. Well, that's where I see it. As an indigo child, you are drawn towards the truth in its purest form, not diluted by dogma or fundamentalist teaching. Like the way you go to church, they will package everything for you. You see the pastor in suits of £2,000, and they've been strolling back and forth, everything looking perfect, and they're not perfect. No one is perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not. Why can't we be real instead of being all this fake everything? You know, if we love each other, if we have fault, we can work around it. But why coming to me as if you are, this and that, and and then you want me to play the game? I'm not going to do that. The next one, you have a strong connection with nature and animals. Like I said, as an empathic and compassionate person, you gravitate towards the natural world. You feel most at home when you are near ocean or surrounded by trees, plants, animals, and stuff like that. They're so pure and they are grounding. You know, it's a welcome break from pretension of humanity. All these that you see in the city, everybody in the flash car, flash clothes, all fakeness everywhere. But when you're in nature, that's reality. The plant or the tree in front of you is not going to pretend to. It's probably been standing there for the past how many thousands of years. You're going to see it the way it is. All the rocks, it's been there for decades. They're still the same, all natural. You know, you struggle with boredom because of your sharp mind and inquisitive mind. You tend to struggle with routine and conventional structures. I said that earlier on. And you may have been misdiagnosed as children, which I was lucky because I was born in Africa, and I was lucky to be born to African royal family, which means they have believe in the ancestors, Orisha. So when I showed my face, they say, oh, well, this is this is Oshun, because this is Oshun, Oloshunde, she's come back again, Oshun, yeah, she is, so all my whatever it is that I was doing that was strange, they were able to accommodate that, obviously, so as a child I tend to play, I played up also because I know whatever I do, I'll get away with it. Anyway, another thing is, they might be sometimes they might be proud, which are very bossy. If you have them as children, female, they probably will say, no, don't do that there, you can't do this, but they don't mean no harm. They've got temper, the very tendency towards that's what I said. If you're an adult and if you do not do research or try to develop yourself, you may want to start to numb these feelings you have with addiction. You may tend to start to drink more or maybe use some even stronger substance. That's only just going to make it worse. Try if this try. You see, I think I've gone over an hour now. I tend to do this when I am talking about topics that are very close to my heart, like because I can actually relate with this. This is me, you see. But look at me today. I'm doing what my purpose. I'm in path. What I'm doing. Every year I have started doing tour to Oreyoshun in Oshogbo. Last year trip was successful. Was it my first time? And this year we're gonna go, and I'll open my website on the 13th of March. And what all spirituality, magical, everything, African, is the pure, purest form, excuse me, all stones and everything, all living consciousness, the orishas. You see, today I can honestly come here that because of the path that I am, I feel fulfilled in my life. I'm a very happy person in my soul, in my being, because of I'm fulfilled. I'm happy, and I can give love also. You can't give people what you don't have. You see, money is good, but some people they tend to mix it up. If you ask them, oh, would you rather love something or money? They say, oh, I want money first. Of course, money is good, but imagine you have all the money in this world, and you don't have no one that loves you, no one that truly cares about you, and they don't. So now come and tell me what would that money mean? It will mean nothing, because the people that surrounded, they're only there to what they can take from you, and at the end you're still going to be empty. You see, and then another thing that I learned also is that where we have love and you have compassion, you have peace. That's when money will come also. The way I see it, love, success, prosperity, they are like they are siblings. You see, when love leaves, then prosperity will go as well. Peace will go. All this good stuff, they are together. And that's why some people don't not get it. So they think, oh, I just want money. When I got money, then I'll be happy. When you have money, you have love. No, you can't buy love. You cannot sell love. It's not possible. If you have to give somebody money before they love you, trust me, that's not love. They just believe the moment you are broke, they're going to jump in, and you're going to get back to square one. So in the meantime, if you don't have no one that love, why don't you love yourself and then develop yourself? Be that person that you said you're going to be when you're here. Then the right person that should love you will come along, and then you'll be fulfilled. You see, and then money will come, and you'll be doing the job that you love to do. It's not the one that you're thinking, oh my God, I've been there, so I know. Flipping hell, I'm still gonna sit that, fucking my pardon me, I shouldn't have said that. Oh my God, that's it's blah blah blah, and then you're like, even before I start my car, I'm already charged that today, if anyone messes with me, I'm gonna give it to them. What kind of life is that? So that's what I'm gonna be talking about. Oh, Khalil, lovely to have you here. I've been looking for you. All these wonderful people, here. I was thinking, where's my Khalil? Oh my God, lovely to have you here. Talking about Indigo child, you can watch the video again. Oh, I might probably send it to you myself. That's what we're going to be talking about here. My beautiful, wonderful people, I'm probably still going to do one or two live stream before I launch my website on the 13th of March, and then, if there's any, in the meantime, if you're in any issues around the way that I do, the tools that I use is Ifa and Erin Dilogun, Ifa, people that are used to African spirituality, what Ifa is, is a pathfinder, so if you're at a crossroad in life, stuff aren't going well, you feel stuck, or everybody's moving ahead, and then you just seem to be at one place, you can give me, my address, my email contact is going to be at the bottom of this video. Give us a call at Alashala, before the website go live on the 13th. And then you can do all of that there straight up. Even after the website is on, you can still call me anyway or send me emails. But in the meantime, what is going on, if there's any issue that you are having, stagnancy, life, crisis, and then you're just wondering what's going on here. We're not here to come and suffer, We should all have a life of, whatever it is that we want to achieve. It's possible. It's the way we're going around it, If that's, issues around that, give us a call at Alashala. If it's love, not saying, marital issues, court cases, immigration, stuff like that, on crossing and reversal, that's a big one, because most of the time when stuff are stagnant, and then it could be someone will put something on us. Some people, they might go on with that for years, and stuff, they just be stagnant, and it's not because they're not making the effort. You see, it's because of you need to cleanse it off you first. There's so many ways you go around that, and you go. It depends on. There's some cleansing. You see, sometimes I'll come here and give some a free spell of easy stuff that you can do. Like example is sea salt is very good. I will always say to people that are close to me, friends, I look. Every time, at least once, twice a week, make sure you have sea salt in your bath, water, or you could just run in, it's really good. It's very cleansing. Whatever negativity that's not heavy load, you should take it off. But if you have something that's heavy, like where I originally come from Nigeria. If they're after you, trust me. If they're after you, there's something they got. It's not because you're bad or you're good. It could be for a lot of reasons. Now they will come after you heavy duty. Trust me. And when that happens, just having 5 or 10 or 20 apps is not going to do it. You see, to take it off you. You see, so when if that's happening, give us a shout here at Alashala, and together the universe is here to help us. You know, we're not meant to be here to suffer, to go through life, blah blah blah. But whatever decision we make, that's our choice. You see, it's been wonderful having you guys here. Very very happy to be here. Hopefully I will see you next week, Saturday. Same. Sorry, 1 minute. It will be live streaming also. But I'm probably gonna be because the week after that it's gonna be decided that I'm launching the my website. So I'll come here because I'll still share this video on my Facebook. A lot of my friends are on Facebook, and I don't want them to feel left out and say, "Ah, lashala, oh, why are you dumping us now?" I'm not gonna do that. So it's wonderful to have you guys here. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I love you. I love you. I love you guys, and stay blessed. Bye bye. Stay blessed. Bye bye.